Hi friends and subscribers, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I'm working on developing a blog application using PHP and MySQL. In my last video I completed the functionality of updating a post, and in this video I'll be discussing on liking and disliking a post. Okay, so whenever user click on this view link to view the complete description of the post, then if the user like the post, then he will be clicking on like, and if he dislike the post, then he will be clicking the dislike link. Okay, and whenever user click on these buttons, the count of like and dislike will get incremented. Okay, so for this, first we need to create a table. We need to create two tables, one is for like and one is for dislike. Okay, in those two tables we will store the details of those users who will be liking that post, the user ID and the post ID. Okay, so now let's come here to our PHP and now let's create a table likes. Okay, and I want three fields. Okay, now first field will be ID, second user ID, the third one is post ID. Okay, so all these three fields are of integer type, and size, okay, auto incremented. Okay, so now, okay, let's click on save. Okay, we have created a table with the name as likes. Okay, so now we need to create one more table called dislikes. Okay, and number of fields same, three fields. Okay, first field ID, and then user ID, and then post ID. Okay, auto incremented, and primary key. Okay, click on go. Okay, now I have created my two tables for storing the details of likes and dislikes. Okay, so now let's come here and let's go to our editor. Okay, so here now we are on our view.php. okay, so this is the file which is view.php file. okay, so here we have a links like and dislike, so we need to send a post request to our php file like.php to increment the number of counts for likes, and we need to do the same thing for dislikes as well. Okay, so now let's come here, and here inside this, okay, we need to create a form action will be likes.php. okay, and then method will be post. Okay, save it. Okay, next we need to create PHP okay, I don't want this. Okay, I'll remove it, and I will create an input button. Okay, input type equals to submit, and name will be like, and value will be like. Okay, and then I just want to make that button to look like a link, so I will do okay, style background none. Okay, then color seven, AB7. Okay, and then border none. Okay, likes, save it. Okay, 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 let's remove this. Okay, now it's now this that button is looking like a link. Okay, now let's come above this. Okay, so now when I click on this link, a post request will get sent to likes.php file. Okay, so first we need to create that likes.php file. So right click on here and then click on new file, and then press Ctrl S to save it, and then give it a name as likes.php. Okay, here h1 like post. Okay, now save it and refresh. Okay, now if I click on like, it will take me to the likes.php file. Okay, so now let's come to our likes.php. Okay, and then we need to start the session first. Session start. Okay, and then if not is set $_post username else, then end if. Okay, here be header location dashboard.php. Okay, now in else part. Okay, so here I have written so this code just because that no one can get access to our likes.php without logged in. Okay, so only logged in user should get access to our likes.php. For that I have written this code. Okay, and then here php. Okay, then I will include my database configuration file, which is present inside or db.php. Okay, so now let's first go to our database table, likes table. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, inside our likes table we are storing user ID and post ID. Okay, so user ID we will be getting from the session because we have already stored the details of the logged in user inside the session. Okay, so from the session I'll be getting the user ID, and the post ID I have to send along with my post request. Okay, so here inside my form here. Okay, here inside here. Okay, we need to I need to create an input hidden field. Okay, input type hidden, and the name of this field will be ID, and value will be $ID. Okay, so now here you can see here I have the ID. Okay, let me just delete this thing. Okay, so here I am having the post ID. So this post ID I am sending as a hidden field along with my request to likes.php, so that I can get post id and session id, and I will use those ids to store inside my likes table. Okay, so that with that I can come to know which user have liked, which user have clicked like button to which post. Yes, so now let's come here. First let's get the session id or the user id. Okay, id. Okay, I will get it from the session. Okay, and then if is set $_post of like. Okay, so here in our view, okay, the name here the name is like, so that's what we are using here, like. Okay, if set, okay, if the request is set, then I will get the post id, which I am sending as a hidden field. Okay, id, then SQL insert into likes table values. Okay, here first is user id, second is post id, and I will pass this user id which is I'm getting from the session, and the second one is post id. Okay, if my connection object, database connection object, okay, if the query gets successfully executed, then I will redirect the user to. Okay, so if our query gets executed successfully, then I have to redirect the user to the same page. Okay, so at that time I have to pass the same id of this post. Okay, so let's first do that. Okay, view, let's do like this, redirect to view.php file. Okay, so now let's refresh. Okay, now if I click on like, okay, see, okay, let's come here. Okay, oh, here it should be session. Okay, that's why it was redirecting me to dashboard. So now let's come here and click on this view, and let's click on like. Okay, now you can see I'm getting an error. Okay, undefined index id on view.php line 11. Okay, so now let's okay, variable title. Okay, here what I should do is I need to pass the id. Okay, I want to tell that I want to go back to the same page whose post id is id equals to 1. Okay, so I need to put the same url here. Okay, I need to call the post of same id. Okay, so here .php, then id equals to here. Okay, and to this I need to concatenate this post ID. Okay, save it. Okay, now let's refresh. Okay, you can see the details gets stored inside our likes table. Now let's just truncate table likes. Okay, so previously I was getting the error. Now let's see. Okay, I will not get the error now because I'm redirecting the user to the same page whose ID is 1. Okay, so now let's click on like. See, right now I'm not getting an error because I have redirected the user to the same page as soon as he clicks on the like button. Okay, so now if I go to this likes table, you can see the details of the user is stored inside the likes table. With this saying is the user ID 1, which is admin, has liked the post whose ID is 1. Okay, so now I'll logged in as a different user, normal user. Now let's log out. Okay, now I'm trying to log in as a normal user. Click on login. Okay, so now let's go to view the same post. Okay, now previously admin was the person who was liking the post and who had liked the post, and now it's the normal user. Now if I click on like, so again I redirect to the same page, and now let's view the details. Okay, now you can see the ID. This is the record ID and the user ID is 2, which means the ID of the user. Okay, and this is a post ID. Okay, so now let's go back and go to dashboard, and now let's come and click on this, the view link of second post, and now I will click on this like button again. Okay, now let's come here. Okay, now you can see the user whose ID is 2 has liked the post whose ID is 2. Okay, so this is the post whose ID is 2. Okay, so now our liking system for any post is perfect, for working perfectly fine. The only thing left is we need to display the count of the likes that any particular post has got. Okay, so now let's come here and we need to get the details. We need to get the details from the likes table, and we need to display that details here on our beside our like button. So for that we need to come to our view.php file, and below this input field we need to write an SQL query, select star from likes. Okay, and where post ID equals to this ID. Okay, so here I'm trying to fetch the details of here I'm getting the details of, here I want to get the details of only those posts which has been opened. Okay, so right now the second post is been opened, and the like for this post is only 1 inside our likes table. Okay, so that's why we had to mention that I want to get the details of only that post which is clicked right now, which is open right now. Okay, so now let's come here, then query MySQL query or die. Okay, and to this I will pass the connection, our database connection, and then I will get the count of likes. MySQL num rows. Okay, dollar query. Okay, I'll pass the query. Okay, so now it will return me the count of the likes which any particular post whose ID is this one. Okay, we'll get the count of likes which has been received by any post. So now at that count I will print here. Okay, now let's come here and refresh. Okay, MySQL expects at least 2 parameters. Okay, here I have given only one parameter. I have missed to pass the second parameter. Okay, now let's refresh. Now you can see it's displaying me like S2. Okay, so if I go to dashboard, and now if I click view of the first post, now you can see likes 2. Okay, so that means 2 users have liked to this post. Okay, so now let's come here and go to our users table. Okay, now you can see here we have another user whose name is George. Let's try to log in as George. Okay, log out. Okay, and then enter the password. Okay, now let's click on view, and now I have logged in as George. Okay, so now you can see already it's displaying 2 people have liked this post, and now when I click on like, suddenly count will get incremented to 3. See, immediately we will get the output. That means 3 people have liked this post. And if I click on this likes table, the 4th entry will also get stored, which is the 4th record, and the user whose ID is 3 has liked the post whose ID is 1. Okay, now if I go back to dashboard, now let's come here and click on view. Okay, now if I click on like, you can see the count will get incremented, and we will, okay, not this one, here we will get the 4th record as well. Okay, so this is how we can build the like functionality, how to like a post and how to display the count of likes which any post has got. Okay, so I hope you like this video. I hope you got some useful information out of this video. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, click on like button and share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in my next video where I'll be discussing on dislike a post. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.